Guys, welcome. Oh my God, we're here. How you feeling?
Good, man.
Yeah.
Surprisingly good for what has felt like a pretty long weekend, right?
Right, so you've been here since Thursday, yeah?
Yes, man. We have. We've survived it. I feel like I've been through the Thunderdome.
Okay, yeah, there's been a bit. It's been more most intense Bloodstock I've been to in a very, very long time. Kind of reminds me about 2014 Hellfest.
Right.
Was a super hot one. First time I've ever done anything like that. Thought I'd never ever survive it, and then I come here and turns out England's doing the same thing. Thank you for that.
There you go.
Is this your first time ever at Bloodstock, or you've been here before?
It totally is. We've never been here before as a spectator. Certainly not as a band. So but this will be the first of many for sure. Absolutely been blown away by it.
Well, you just said it. I was going to say impressions. Walking on the fight, walking around, talking to people. You feel the community.
Like the crowd is so good, man. Compared to other festivals, there's no dickheads. It's just fucking great, man. Everyone is so open-minded. Like everyone does their thing, man. It's fucking great.
Lineup's obviously incredible, but that kind of goes without saying. But it's the most super friendly, chilled, really accessible festival. Like, man, it's great. Yeah, everyone here has been super nice.
Do you feel like you belong?
Oh
yeah, man.
Yeah, of course.
It feels
man,
great.
It feels
especially
awesome.
Meeting other Doom bands, man. Like you guys just interviewed Tombs, and we were chatting to them yesterday, man. Fucking great lads, and it's awesome, man.
Yeah, they're following you, of course, on that stage.
Indeed,
that's going to be quite incredible. You spent much time at Jager.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah, we saw Swamp Coffin. We saw Master Charger. Yeah, it's been great, man. Yeah.
When you've been looking at a stage from the outside, knowing that you're going to go up there, what are you going to have to do differently to bring those people in?
Louder.
It gets packed.
Louder, heavier.
Yeah, man. We're also channeling the Charles Manson, man. So we'll
bring in the cult vibes. Hopefully.
Have you noticed a lot of people talking about you this weekend, saying, "Cool, we're going to go see you out"? You chat to a lot of people like that?
Yeah, man.
100%.
We had a great little moment in the artist campsite where we were like chatting to another band, and we were like, "Oh, we're from Acid Road," and they're like, "Oh, sick, man! We thought it had to be a Doom band," and we're like, "Fucking right, man! Come check us out!" Yeah.
We've been really surprised. Our first show was the first heat of Metal to the Masses, which was February for us.
Yeah.
Is it February?
Something like that.
We made it through every round, got through the final, and then instead of being offered the new Blood stage, I think we feel very privileged to have been offered the Jägermeister stage. So we're super pumped.
Yeah, and it seems to be becoming like the Doom tent, man. So we're buzzed for that.
It does sort of seem like that this weekend. Yeah. It's quite unique. Talk about going back to the journey through Metal to the Masses and all that. What was the goal always to win, or was it more gig by gig by gig?
Man,
we would see what
we
happens.
literally signed up to do Metal to the Masses. We didn't have a demo recorded or anything at the time, and like, hey, we don't care what you guys sound like, you can play. So we had no expectations at all. We were like, let's just turn up, get our first show out of the way, hope we don't totally fuck it up. We get there and they're like, oh, you guys are headlining tonight. We're like, fuck.
And we'd sold like 75 tickets. So like, we had designs on our first show being playing to an empty venue. It's just a box checking exercise. Get it out of the way, screw it up, hate yourself, and move on to and just vow to do better at the next one. But it was the complete opposite, and it has been the complete opposite. Every single show, people kept coming out for us. Man, we've been super lucky, and we're so humbled by the whole thing, man. The whole community. Again, to go back to the heavy metal community, there's a great scene where we're from in Norwich, but wider than that, man. We've played since winning in June. We've played in Southampton. We've played venues in London. We're playing with Swamp Coffin up in Rotherham at the end of November. Yeah, and we just continue to be totally humbled by how generous everyone's been and how accommodating.
It's been incredible. Why? Try and put your finger on it. Why are people gravitating to you, do you think? Because they are.
I do think we took a long time figuring out what to call ourselves, and we just wanted to be like one of those bands that you hear that name like, holy fuck, they're gonna be mean, man. So yeah, we channeled that. So we're looking at our huge influences for us like Acid King and Dark Throne. We're like, man, if any of the fans of those bands dig our sound, we'd be fucking buzzing, man.
Right, so it's almost like an early attraction based off the name and the connections, and then you go, well, here's the music, and the music then does it.
We've always had this mantra, give the people what they want, man.
Okay.
Make it dark as fuck, heavy as fuck, so people and that's the thing, sometimes we'll meet people, we're like, oh, we're an Acid Throne, and they're like, oh, what do you sound like? And we're like, clues in the name, man.
Yeah, it's right there.
What do you think we sound like, man? Yeah. That's we wanted it to be quite on the nose. We didn't want there to be any illusion around what we sounded like right out of the gate. Now, where we go with it is anyone's guess, but right now we're very happy to be pushing that. Our little corner, our little niche in the heavy metal scene.
Yeah, because of course you will have eclectic tastes as music fans and artists as well, and then as you grow, who knows what starts to seep in and where you go from there. That's the excitement.
Well, this is it, and we've said to so many people, like we all grew up as like skate punk kids.
Yep.
Cali punk and hardcore bands. We've all been in hardcore bands. But you've got massive black metal influence. You know, the rest of us have all been in hardcore bands, punk rock bands, man, and we've all none of us are from big cities. We've all grown up in small towns with small music scenes where you would see a death metal band open for a ska band, followed by, you know, a hardcore punk band. You know, so. We're not purists by any stretch of the imagination. We do what we like. We make music that we like.
Of course.
And if other people dig it, well, that's awesome. But we make the music that we like, and hopefully some of those other little influences find their way in, man. Like everything from black metal to classic rock, skate punk, and everything else.
And people are liking it. That's the thing. That's the thing. What you said is true. People are liking it. So describe for us what the set list might look like. What are you planning to go to? Because of course, the demo, is that what you're mainly going to be focusing on?
Yeah, that's right.
So we'll be playing those 3 tracks, and we've got another 2 tracks as well. Basically, we wrote that demo as being like kind of into the occult, man. It's all talking about like the old gods, like conjuring Satan, all that sort of stuff, man. So just really dark vibes, man, is what we're going for.
And what's next? Because obviously this is not the culmination of a journey, this is a step on the journey.
Man.
So what's...
So we are in the process of like writing songs to record an album at the end of the year, like early next year, and we're definitely starting to scope out labels, man, and seeing where we can go with it and take it as far as we can, man.
What do you think the fans need to do to help you along this way? What do they need to do? Because it's not about sales so much anymore, guys. It's all about the likes and the follows and all of that business.
Yeah, that's it. Well, we're sort of painfully aware that we play to an older crowd. Generally, it's guys our age, right? We're not. So we're mindful of that and the social media channels we use. So we use Facebook, we use Instagram, obviously all of the big music streaming platforms we're on. Things like, I mean, I know I shudder to mention TikTok, but I have. But so I don't know. I'm not going to rule it out, but it's certainly not. It's not an avenue that we think is worth pursuing for us, because fundamentally, the people that dig what we do don't really use that platform. But you know what? That social media is always evolving, and it's always changing and becoming something different, something. And
you won't be able to keep up a lot of the time as well. That's the biggest struggle it seems to be, is an ever-changing algorithm and a rule change here, and then suddenly you've lost everything.
And given that I say that we're punk kids, we're hardcore kids, we've got such a DIY ethic that we've been walking around the Serpent's Lair and the main arena just handing out stickers and just doing it based on word of mouth, because that's how I'd always done stuff in my old punk bands.
Been a great reception from that as well, man.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
It still matters. It's the networking part, the boring word as it is, chatting to us, chatting to others, still matters a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. Something we're really focusing on is just playing as many shows, like in widest parts of the UK we can, man. So obviously we're speaking to the Tombs guys and other places about maybe playing in Ireland and stuff like that, man. And obviously we definitely want to go to mainland Europe in the future.
Of course. And you want to come back here and play another one of these stages, because there's plenty more.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
There's the only thing that I like as much as playing shows is just talking about music to other like-minded people, right? And you're spoiled for choice in a place like this. It's just been unreal.
You deserve it. You've earned this, guys. I'm so glad you did that, and I know you're going to smash it.
Thank
you so much for doing it.